Hi, everyone, and welcome to our team call. It is July 29th, 2015, and we have a very special guest. Miss Karla O'Brien is going to teach us how to invite and excite. She's put together a really wonderful presentation, some great ideas for Facebook posts, and kind of some follow-through steps for the inviting process. If you guys, I'll just take a quick second and mute yourselves if you haven't already. That would be awesome, and I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, and then we'll open up for questions at the end. If you want to type, if you think of something as we're going, just type it in the little chat button at the bottom. And I'm so glad you guys are all here. Okay, here we go. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Sorry.
Okay. Well, while she's getting that set up, I just wanted to kind of stress how the inviting process or the sharing process, when we always say share what you do, share, it's really sharing, is the heart of this whole business. And it all starts with building relationships with people. And I have said it like 1,000 times that you really have to work really hard, and it takes a lot of time to build relationships with people, but you have to build trust. People don't want to be sold to. They don't want, don't want you to come at them with a product with the intention of just having to sell you something or you sell them something. So if you keep it in your mind that you are out there, you're looking for people to help, and you want to help, and you want to keep building those relationships and adding people to your, I don't know what you would call repertoire of, contacts, then you will succeed with this. You will succeed. And it's in just staying consistent with it. So, so this was a presentation that we listened to at Summit. And I kind of took what they told us and putting it in my own words here. But it's called How to Invite and Excite. So, because it is exciting, because we know that the outcomes of our challenge groups are complete life transformations. People transform their bodies, but they also transform their souls and their emotions. And it's so exciting when those people come back to you and tell you that you helped them change their life. And that it's amazing, isn't it? So, and so let's go ahead with the first slide there.
Okay, sorry. There.
It's okay.
Is that showing it? Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Cool.
Okay, so first off, you need to really think about your challenge groups, because this is kind of going to go into inviting, and then we're going to work into the challenge group and what the challenge group looks like, because that's really the whole idea right here is we're inviting to a challenge group. So think about what a perfect challenge group looks like to you. You want it to be engaging. You want your people to be present in it. You want them to be succeeding. You want them to be following the plan and constantly communicating. So always have something to invite people to. If you aim to start 2 challenge groups a month, they don't necessarily have to be a group that goes with a specific program. Like do a clean eating group, or you could do like an ab challenge, or another one that I've been a part of was an organization challenge. Amy Wilson did one on finances. I once did a push group, Shalene Johnson's push group, and that was really awesome. That was a 30-day group. But these are all ways for you, if you do a free group, it's ways for you to build relationships with people and get them trusting you and coming back for more. So basically what I do is I get out my calendar and I set 2 dates, 2 weeks apart. And I'm always, once I'm done inviting to one, I start inviting to the next one. So you've always got something to invite people to. And you don't want to ever have like a lull. So go ahead and on with the next one.
Get a picture posted on your Facebook.
Oh, what is that?
What's going on?
Okay, what is that?
What's that?
Okay. So when you invite, I'm going to give you some examples of how not to, like some of my flops and some of my hits. But always keep in mind that you want to communicate the value of a challenge pack. All right. people need to know that it's not just a DVD, that they're actually getting a full workout program with multiple workouts. They're getting 30 meals of Shakeology, and I always use the term meals. And then they're also getting, now we can add that they're getting the on-demand. They're getting over 400 workouts to choose from on demand.
I thought it was like 1,000.
Is it 1,000?
I think it's 1,000.
Holy moly. Okay, so 1,000 workouts.
I might have made that up, but I swear I heard it. So we'll figure out what the number is.
Well, basically, you can do a workout every single day for a year and never repeat the same one. So they're getting that. And then the biggest part is that they're getting a spot in your support group, and they're getting you as their coach. Do not leave that part out, because that is huge. You are super important in that part of the value of that challenge pack. And then obviously you build the relationships with people through, through being part of a challenge group. And when they reach, when they have that success, they become lifelong customers, and they may go on to your next challenge group, or they may become a coach. So, okay, next slide. Okay, let's watch this quick video.
What's up, everybody? It's Coach Karla from EpicEveryRep.com, and welcome to day 32 of Coach Basics. When you go car shopping, you want to get the best value for your money, right?
Yeah.
So which one of these car salesmen would you respond to? Number one. Hi there. See, you're looking for a car. You gotta get this one right here. It's the best one. Number two, that's awesome. Since I know now exactly what you're looking for and exactly what you want in a car, I can actually direct you right over here. There's a really nice new car we just got in. It has all the extra airbags because I know you're really concerned about safety with your family. It has four-wheel drive, so when you go on your camping trips with your family, you won't have any problems. It gets incredible fuel mileage. It has an all-leather interior with heated and air-conditioned seats, and it maintains its value for years and years and years because it's all. Sure. You have to use those same techniques to create value for your customers. Talking about challenge packs. After you've gone through all the steps leading to the sale, don't just
Is that background noise? Or mute yourself critically.
That is your best option. That's the one. They have no idea why. You need to actually explain to your customers the excellent value that a challenge pack has. Simply put, challenge packs offer the complete solution: fitness, nutrition, support, rewards, success. So let's break this all down so you know exactly what they're getting when they order a challenge pack. One of the complete DVD home fitness programs that we all love so much. Shakeology, 30 densely nutritious meals to help them kickstart their healthy eating habits. Support, or you, their personal coach, cheerleader, motivator, encourager, accountability partner. Rewards in the Beachbody Challenge contest. If they enter into the contest, they could win up to $100,000. And ultimately, success. Number 5, the most important thing out of all this, they can get success with your challenge groups, with the support that you offer, with the program and the nutrition help and everything all put together. In the end, it equals success and transformations and life changes. When it comes down to it, you just cannot get that kind of value from the local gym. So condensed lesson of day 32 of Coach Basics is to create value when you're talking about challenge packs. Don't just push a challenge pack on someone because you get more Success Club points or you get more commission. Actually show them how much value they're getting when they choose a challenge pack. All right, everybody, that's all for day 32 of Coach Basics. I'm Coach Karla from EpicEveryRep.com. Love you guys, and talk to you tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay. If you guys have not checked him out yet, he has amazing videos on YouTube. If you just do a search for Caleb Thomas, he's got great ones for more for inviting, and he's got one for everything, basically. Right, Julia? He's like the best. He puts everything in such quick little snippets that you're not watching like a 20-minute video. You're watching like a couple minutes, and he gets to the point and he makes it entertaining. So it's really cool. So check him out. And anytime you need something, look for his videos. Okay, so step one, where to start. Now that you've set the date, you're starting to invite 2 weeks out. Don't limit yourself to Facebook. Okay, you've got a list of probably contacts in your email. You've got, if you're on Instagram, whatever social media you're using or have access to, use it all. Send out personal messages to people. You can do it through public social media posts. You can create events on Facebook. And the cool thing about the events on Facebook is that it goes right directly to a person. So if you're just posting publicly on social media, it may not be seen by everybody. But if you do an event and you contact or you invite as many people as you possibly can, it's going to go directly to them and they're going to see that invitation.
So Karla, will you quick tell us how to do that? Like where the event, how to open a new event?
Yeah, if you go onto Facebook and if you on your left hand side there, where it has your name, your news feed, your messages, and then there's an events tab. It just says events, and if you click on that, it'll say create new or something. You can create an event.
I'm just gonna go through and mute some people.
No.
So keep going now. You can still see it, right?
Yeah,
No.
I can see it. Okay, and then as far as, let me just talk about. Oops, I'm getting feedback. I'm going to talk about. Ooh, I don't know why I'm getting like feedback.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay. Anyways, let me talk about Facebook real quickly. You need to, we say this a lot, that you need to be posting consistently to Facebook because the more you post, Facebook likes that, and you get seen by a lot more people. And the more engagement you create, the more, even more you will be seen. And was it Bobby? Bobby's commented the other day that we should all comment on each other's posts, and she's exactly right. Anytime you see somebody from the team post something like post about a challenge group or post about something, like it and add a comment, even if it's just like woohoo or something. But every piece of engagement on there, even if somebody comments on something and you reply, that's considered engagement, and you get ranked higher, and you get more exposure. The other thing, actually, and I'll go ahead and scroll or go to the next slide. Okay, let me just show you some social media flops, and these are actually mine. Some mistakes that I've made, and I can tell you that I went through my old posts here, and these got like, okay, maybe 2, maybe 6 likes. Okay, so I'll tell you what I did.
Coaches, it was probably like me and Angela.
Yeah, probably. So what is wrong with these pictures? So first off, you don't want to use stock photos. So try to just eliminate that. No more beach body stock photos. Like I used to do it all the time, and recently, I stopped doing it recently. But if you use stock photos, it comes across and looks like an advertisement, and you don't want to be looking like an advertisement. You're not selling a product, you're selling you. And people are going to buy into you, but our products are our tools to get get them to their goals. Okay, so wait, go back one.
Sorry.
That's okay. Now the one on the right, it looks okay, right? I say on sale now, but actually the first one, biggest problem with that one is it includes the price. If a person looks at it and says $140, they're gonna be like, whoa, no way, that's super expensive. They're gonna be turned off right away because they don't know what the value is of that challenge pack. It's not been told to them. They're looking at it as really expensive, $140, no way. So they're gonna be shy. They're gonna be scared off right to begin with. And in fact, price is always the last thing I tell a person after I've gotten all of the information from them I possibly can.
Mom, can I tell you something?
No, you need to go to bed. Sorry, my child is coming. The next picture, that P90 picture, is, again, stock photos. I used before and afters, which is a good thing, but they are before and afters from the company, and sometimes people don't believe those. They like to believe in real people, real pictures of people that they know. In fact, I did have one person once comment and say, oh, that's Photoshopped, even though we know they're not Photoshopped, because Beachbody does not Photoshop the photos. Hold on one second. Okay. But it doesn't look good when somebody makes that comment, right? Okay, so next page, next. Okay, and then this one was a big flop. I think I got no likes on this one because this is just took it off of Google, and it is just, we know those are good products, but a person looking at this looks at it as an advertisement. All right, next. Go ahead, next. Again, another one, not good. Okay, so stay away from those. All right, now these are good ones. These ones got a lot of action. In fact, my Ultimate Reset one, the green one on the right of me, I think it got like 53 likes or something. The first one is Jen Inderlee. Those are her real progress pictures from the Ultimate Reset and the 21-Day Fix. And then there is nothing in there about selling anything. Actually, neither of them say anything about for sale or anything like this. They're just our real pictures. And people who know, they're more apt to believe in it because they know us. They know that we are real people. Okay, go ahead into the next one. Okay, now this one was I got a lot of action off of this one. Okay, so what I did here was I took a picture of my own stuff on my counter, me looking excited with my Shakeology. I did take a picture of the DVDs because I wanted to show them that there was all those workouts that you get. And then there's Amy, who was featured for her results for her 21-Day Fix. And then the biggest part of it is what I said. So I want you to listen to the words, and I'm just going to read it. Here's the deal. Nothing will change if you change nothing. Had I not made a commitment to myself 4 years ago, I would still be a size 18, 20, 220 pounds or more. I made the decision that was not the life I wanted to live. I deserved better than that. My children deserved a healthy mom. It's not been easy road. I work hard at this every single day. I have ups and downs. I make progress, and I have setbacks. I'm human. I'm not perfect, but with my incredible support system, I will never give up. Every ounce of energy, every cent, and every bit of time spent getting my body healthy has been more than worth it. So the first thing that I did, so write this down. The first thing that you need to do is create a story for yourself. So that's my story, where I started, and the fact that I told that I have struggles, because people are going to relate to that. I didn't go from, 220 pounds to 150 pounds overnight. It was a long road. Okay, and then the next part is I cannot tell you how life-changing this program is. And so many of the coaches on my team and my current challengers, take a look at Amy Roma Wilson. I tagged her, so now everybody on Amy's friend list is going to see this. She's my friend, one of my top coaches. She's even been featured for her success. Every single day I'm reading about and seeing success stories coming out of my challenge group participants, and it's so inspiring and uplifting, keeps us all going. Okay, turn the next page. Okay, so the next thing that I did was I told them the value. And something that I actually left off of here was the on-demand part. So there's actually even more value to it. But I gave them the value. And I think it's kind of cool when you add those like little check marks and stuff, because it gives people, it's like bullet points. It kind of like draws their eye to it. And also using caps, like taking certain words and capitalizing them so that they see, like it stands out, like something's important here. Okay, so I told them all of that. And then at the end was the call to action. So you always want to have a call to action. You want to engage people and get them to respond back to you. So I told them that there's only 4 more days to get the program at a discount. If you're ready for a change, message me. Okay, so that's their call to action. But then I also did a second part of the last part of it is, if you have a story of how this program or any, I have a typo, or any Beachbody program has changed your life, please share it below. And then I tagged a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of coaches, so that not only would their friends all see the post, But they would all also get notification and tell me a story of how the program changed their life. And if people start seeing their stories upon stories upon stories, it is so real, and it sounds very exciting, right? Okay, so first thing you want to do is create your story. You want to share how you struggle to, be relatable. So share your story, be relatable, set the value, and then have a call to action. So let me do that again. Wait, what did I say? Share your story, be relatable, create the value, and then have a call to action. And then the last part, tag people. Tag people. Just tag random people, tag other coaches, but always have that call to action. I think that's super important. Okay. The next part, now once a person responds to your post, they say, I'm in, or hey, tell me more information. Do not, in the comments, respond to them. Tell them you'll message them. Take it off of Facebook. You don't want to start engaging a conversation privately about a person that sometimes, people's journeys and people's struggles are private to a lot of people, and they don't want to share all that information. And so take it privately and privately message them, because you're not going to respond right away with the price of something. You do not do that until the very, very end. So the way you're going to respond is you're going to start asking them questions. You are going to get as much information from them as you possibly can. For one reason, this helps build a relationship with them. But the second part is it helps you to get to know them, to help best select a program for them. We all know the 21-Day Fix is a great program because it's got a killer meal plan and it's got great workouts. But now every workout program coming out seems to be having that same 21-Day Fix meal plan. But the workouts are different for everybody. A person with mobility issues may not be able to do the 21-Day Fix workouts. So that's something that you need to get to know from a person. We have to be able to pair them with the right program, not just give them, one specific program. Does that make sense? Okay. So the next, and always remember that this is about them. You can share your story. If they ask you for it, like how did you get your results? If they ask you, let them know, but then always end it with a question and to get to know them. Like you could say, what kind of time do you have to commit to your workouts? What will losing the weight allow you to do or feel? Figure out their goals, their limitations, okay? So go ahead to the next slide, Julia. Okay, so in our back office, we have this tool called the 5-Step Invitation Guide, and it works. They have actually studied this, and they created this, and then they put it into use, and they studied it, and it's very successful. If you follow this invitation guide, you will have a better success rate, because step 2, it says if you only start with step 1 if you're the person reaching out first. Okay, so there's a sample invitation message. Hey, my next 30, 60, 90-day challenge is going to start. You don't have to use those words specifically, but along those lines, use it as a guideline. Like you can say something like, hey, I'm getting stuff together for my next challenge group. I'm wondering if you wanted to join us. Or, hey, I've been thinking about you. We're starting this really fun group, support group on Facebook. We're all trying to get fit for summer or fit for fall. Is this something that you'd be interested in? Okay. Always end with a question. Okay, but now if they reached out to you, you're gonna start with step 2. And then you're always gonna stay in step 2 until you feel as though you're ready to move on and give them, give them the recommendation of what it is what program they need. So step 2 is you're gonna engage with a question. And I've been using this. I'm going to send you more information, but first I have to ask, what is it that's motivating you to commit and make a change in your life right now? Okay. Then as they respond, sometimes they'll just say, oh, I just want to feel better. And then you could say something like, well, why? What's been going on? What's aching you? Or is it emotionally, or do you want to feel better physically? Okay, so just dig deeper, dig deep. Okay. Okay, Julia. Next one. All right, now be prepared to hear the answer no. And I think there is a statistic that says for every 100 no's, you might get 10 yeses. I think it's like a 10% thing. So for every 10 people you ask, you might get one yes. Don't be offended. At first, I know it feels like for me, I was like, my feelings were hurt. Like, it felt like, what, they don't believe in me, or do they think that I'm trying to scam them? But what I have found is that it doesn't mean no. It means no, not right now. And it's not, maybe just not a good time, or they're not ready. And like I said before, making this change has to be it's personal. And sometimes it takes a person to hit rock bottom. For me, it was looking at a picture of myself and not realizing what I really looked like until I saw that picture. I knew I needed to make a change because I was so unhealthy and I felt awful, and my son was embarrassed by me, but it wasn't until I saw that picture that I realized I needed to make a change. So never take a person off your list because they tell you no. Simply take their name and move them on to the next list. And it's okay if you say to a person, hey, do you mind if I get back to you in a month? And when I've got my next group going, maybe I can contact you in a month. It's okay to ask them that. In fact, I just did that with somebody, and they were like, sure, you can totally get in touch with me. This is actually it. Would you mind if I set a reminder to check back with you in a month? Would you mind if I set a reminder to check back with you in a month? That's if you get a no. Okay. And of course, the no money is a big one, right? So if you get somebody that tells you these limitations, we have a little plan for you. Okay, go on to the next slide. First off, you're going to relate to them, right? You're going to validate their feelings, because we've all felt that way. And I'm sure even some of you may not even said yes to begin with. Some of you might have been those people that said no. Maybe you didn't have enough money, or you just didn't have the time or whatever to commit, and eventually came around. But the important thing is that we listen to what they're saying and we validate them. Okay, so you might have seen this in the Coach Connection page, the feel, felt, found. Okay, so basically this is how it goes. I know how you feel. I felt, okay, so let me go back. What if somebody says to you, you know what, I just don't have the money right now. I've got so many commitments coming up with my kids that's going to cost a lot of money, sports, camps, and all sorts of stuff. Okay, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. There's always expenses that come up. And what I have found is that since I started this program, I feel better than I ever have. And if I continue to always put my health aside for those expenses that will always come up, I'd still feel lousy. That was just totally off the top of my head. But you get what I'm saying is, I know how you feel. I felt the same way, and here's what I found. And then you put your story into it. So that's the feel, felt, found. Okay, go ahead. Now, if they're interested, then you go ahead and help them find a program. And by this time, you should have already had enough information from them to be able to help guide them to the right program for them. Obviously, if it's somebody that has mobility issues, like my mom, she's always complaining that she can't work out because she's got arthritis in her knee. And I don't know how many times I tell her, Mom, you have Tai Chi. That is a program for people with mobility issues. So we have something for everyone, whether they are like a American Ninja Warrior champion, or if they are, in a wheelchair and can't get out of the bed, or, we have something for everyone. So Again, don't let one specific program dictate every single sale. The more information you get from somebody, the better you can guide them. Okay, so then after they say that they're in, you want to make sure to get them to confirm with you by saying, hey, when you get your product, or when you get your confirmation email, would you mind sending me, sorry, my son is in here. Would you mind emailing it to me? And that way you can help track it for them. And if anything goes wrong, you've got the information that you can take care of it for them. And then, of course, get them excited and then get them started in the group. And then I always like to welcome people when I add them to a group. If it's an ongoing group, I like to welcome them. I let them know that they are in the group, kind of let them know what to expect and, where to look for things and what the group is for. Okay, then the next slide, if they're not interested, you keep them on your list. So what I do every month is I'm not fancy at all. I have a notebook and I write at the top, July. And then I keep a list of every single person that I want to reach out to or people that have reached out to me. And then I put a little note, what it is that they're interested in. And then I always add to that list every month. And then if a person if I don't get them into a group that month, or if they told me no, I move them on to the next month right away. Those are the first people that go on to my next month's list. So now August, I'm going to move all the people that I haven't heard back from or the people that I'm still talking to, I'm going to move them on to August. But I work this list. And ever since I've been working my lists, this is where I've really been able to keep track of people, and this is my system. And it really is just like, you got to find what works for you. If you're a computer person, maybe you like spreadsheets or whatever, you can do it on the computer, but I'm like a paper pencil person. Okay, then of course, get them in the group. Like I said, set up the expectations to help keep them on track. Make sure, if you pin a post on the page, let them know how that they can access it from the phone, because it looks differently from, if you're on the computer, you can see a pin post, but if you're on your phone and they're on their phone on Facebook, they can't see the pin post unless they click on those like 3 little dots and specifically choose view pin post. So they may miss that pin post, but let them know how to do that. Get them to help them create their workout schedule for the week. Ask them what time of the day are you working out each day. Give them some examples of how to make their Shakeology, because sometimes people make Shakeology the first time and they don't like it because maybe they followed the directions on the packet or they just didn't make it right. And so help them make their Shakeology, because we know it's good stuff and we want them to taste the goodness too. Make sure that they're following their meal plan. Okay. Next slide, Julia.
Sorry, I'm writing things down.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Sure. Make sure that they know that they have an account through Team Beachbody that they can track their progress. If they are in the 21-day fix group, they can there's that app called the 21-day fit tracker, where they can track their progress on there. And then of course, have them share their progress and encourage them to share any little success that they have, whether they can, they moved over a notch on their belt buckle, or they eliminated coffee from their daily regimen. Whatever it is that is a success, have them share it. And then here's the big thing. You need to be present in your challenge groups. If it's an ongoing group that like we're all a part of, be present in it. You have to lead by example, because if we expect our customers to come on and show up every single day, we have to be showing up every single day too, right? And the other bonus is that it keeps us accountable and keeps us working out. But be present. Always be present to all your challengers. Okay. Next. Okay. Then once the challenge group is going, There's ways to keep challengers motivated. If you've been in the 21-day fix group, the big group, I like to do little daily challenges, which is always has a call to action. So it helps, you know, like whether it's, hey, snap a picture of your favorite meal today, or how much water are you planning on drinking today, or just get a call to action. So it gives them something to be engaged with. And then, like I said, lead by example, show up every day. There are great ways to do some fun themes. You could do like Throwback Thursday, Flex Friday, Water Wednesday. You could do a point system, celebrate weekly stats. And then, another thing you could do with Shakeology is a lot of times people don't realize all the ingredients that go into Shakeology and all the health benefits from every single one of those ingredients. But if you go to the Shakeology Facebook page, they do highlights of like specific ingredients like the ashwagandha or the spirulina, and you can highlight those and share those with your challengers so they know what they're putting in their bodies. Okay, the next thing is a lot of times we get really, really good coaches coming out of our challenge groups because they are people that have used the product, they've gotten success, and now they realize that it's something that they can believe in and something that works and something that they want to share with everyone. So be watching for those challengers that you have that really kind of stand out, that have leadership qualities. And you can even just say to them, hey, have you ever considered becoming a coach? Because a lot of what you're doing is actually what a coach does. You are already part of a challenge group. You are already sharing your passion for the product, and you're getting good results. Have you ever considered becoming a coach? Can you think of a couple people that would benefit from this too? And most likely they probably do. And the other thing is how would you like to get 25% discount on your shakes? So then after a challenge group is over, you can ask a couple questions. Then what's next? Because you just don't want your group to end and be done. That's it, done, see you later. No, we want to keep them coming back, because let's face it, just because we reach our goal doesn't mean it's over. Now we got to stick to it, and we got to stay there. And that's work. This is a lifelong commitment, right? Our fitness is lifelong. So you can ask them, hey, do you want to do another round? Are you ready to change it up? Maybe you want to become a coach and co-lead our next group, or do you want to gracefully bow out? Because there are people that completely fall off and they're not committed and it's not a good time, and just give them that option. So those are some 4 options after a challenge group is over.
Can I add one quick thing? Because there was kind of like some hubbub about this last one, because we always want to get them engaged, right? But what we don't want to do is make them feel bad if they can't. And so I think by giving them an option, it's like when you ask someone and you say, no pressure, I love you. You tell me when you're ready, when you've communicated. It's kind of like that. So I think the goal, and we haven't tried this yet, so we'll have to kind of as a team figure out if this works for us or not, whether it's the wording or how it is. But the way they described it was just the last thing we want to do is make people think they have to do something next. And when you do that, they see that we care. Like, hey, you know what? If you need to take a month off of the 21-day fix, come back. We always have a group. So I wanted to just kind of because we don't quite know what to do with that yet, but we want to start infusing it without giving people a cop out. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. All right. So is that the end? Okay. So now here's your call to action. A lot of us are starting that August 3rd size group. So hopefully you guys have been inviting for that. And you guys, I've been seeing some really, really good invitations out there already. You guys are doing a really good job. And we all learn from each other. And we all make mistakes. And that's how we learn, right? I mean, Julia's made mistakes. I've made mistakes. I've made lots of mistakes, okay? But what I did was I just started watching. I started tapping into some really successful coaches and seeing what is it that they're doing that I'm not. And the things that I really noticed was that they did not make a lot of mention of the products. They really sell themselves. And that is really, really the big thing, is making a brand for yourself. You are the product, and in order to be the product, you have to use the products, because you're the walking billboard for your business.
You're actually right.
Oh, thanks. My son just said, "You're actually right, Mom." He's a future Beachbody coach. So go ahead, get that invitation created. So remember what the formula was. You create your story, make it relatable. You set the value, create the value of what they're getting, and then have a call to action at the end. And remember, do not mention price. And you take everything, all those personal conversations that you're going to have with those people, and you're going to take it into a private, whether you call them on the phone, whether you do it through private messaging, and get as much information as you possibly can through questioning from them. And then when it comes time to, tell them how much it is, they're going to also, the other convincing them is that, I'm sorry, not convincing them, questioning them and getting all those questions out of them. What you're actually doing is you're not only getting information from them to help them, but you're also helping them to convince themselves that this is right, that this is something that they need to do. Because getting healthy is something that everybody needs to do. So, do you guys have any questions?
Can I just say, Karla, dang, I got so many great nuggets. That was amazing. Thank you for taking the time to put that together. That was such a great rundown of start to finish. And I had 5 key takeaways I just wanted to highlight. So 1 is no stock photos. We make a vow right now. Let me take this off of my share. Let's all put our hands up and vow to not use a stock photo, because I do it all the time. Sorry about it. Maybe there are ways we can add them in with something else. Like Karla had that really nice post but just bamming up the price there. No, and I actually, it's funny to see Karla's old post, because I want to go through mine and see what kind of crap I did. But we've all done it. If you look at those top coaches, and it was fun because they were top 10 coaches up there, and they were sharing their old ones too, and everyone was like, "Oh, you did that." We've all been there. So it's okay if you have, just vow to not do that anymore. So no stock photos, the 5-step invitation guide. You guys, everything we need is in that back office. Dig in that, print it out, use it. Maybe even make up your own scripts. I've been doing that with the 5-step invitation, like the way I normally say things. And then when I'm talking to a lot of people, I can kind of copy paste it and then add a few things that's specific to them. So 5-step invitation guide. I love the idea that 10 in 100 will say yes. So it's a little bit of a numbers game. And if that helps you kind of get out of your own mind, like the idea of just failing forward and just getting out there. And I had 2 books that really came into my mind when I was thinking of that idea of kind of a numbers game. They're both by John Maxwell. One is called Go for No. So it's like this idea of challenging yourself to get as many no's as you can. And I think that would be really something great to infuse in our team cups. Like you could say, let's have a competition today. I'm going to try to get 50 no's, because if you get 50 no's, by some grace of God, you're going to get some yeses, right? Especially if you're doing it right. So like kind of challenging yourself for that. So 100 will say no. So go for no. And then the other one is sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, I think is what it's called. I have it up here. And it's cute because I have to show you the title, because it's crossed out, because it says sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but it's crossed out with learn. So that's kind of a fun one. And I have to say, probably most of you on here, especially if you're personally sponsored by me, probably told me no 4 times. So we have to think about that too. We've all said no. Then I love the idea of, would you mind if I set a reminder and followed up with you? You're showing them that you care, and you're showing them that you're a smart business owner, that you're taking the time to set a reminder and you're going to follow up with them, and you're not going to be pushy. So those were kind of my takeaways that I just wanted to pull out of there. So let me open up. Karla, can you see the chat box too? Because you'll probably be the best one to answer these questions. Oh yeah, we need to talk about Team Cup at the very end. We'll pair some of you guys up if you don't have a Team Cup yet. Oh, Crystal's got one. Okay, cool.
Plug it in out there on my couch.
Anyone have questions, or is Karla just perfect and she answered everything? I think she is perfect.
Oh, the one thing I left out, you guys, was Julia kind of just said it, was don't forget to follow up. Because people's lives get busy, and you might think, hey, they're ignoring me, that I just bugged them, but we get busy. I mean, I've done this before when, like I've purchasing like my makeup or whatever from somebody, and I've said to them, hey, yeah, I totally want this. And then like 5 days go by and like my life got busy and I didn't get a chance to order it. And I tell them like, hey, don't be afraid to give me a little kick in the butt. Like you can remind me, because I know the feeling, like you don't want people to think that you're bugging them, but it's okay to follow up with a person. And the success is usually in the follow-up. So was there a chat question?
Come on, let's use this time.
Come on, guys.
Each other.
And don't be afraid to just do it, just even if you make a mistake, just get out there and do it. Because even if all those things, all those flops that I had, those were still seeds being planted in people, and it let people know what I do, that I do this, and I do it consistently. I'm consistent. If you always have something to invite people to, people know that you are going to be a person they can go to. They will know that you have something for them at some point. In fact, today in one of the groups that I'm a part of, all of a sudden I turned my notifications off for the group because it was just like getting out of hand. It was a group for women with polycystic ovarian syndrome. And all of a sudden I noticed that so-and-so tagged me in a post, and I'm like, what is that? And I went in there, and somebody had posted a question that said, hey, I'm trying to lose weight and I don't even know where to start. And somebody posted, contact Karla O'Brien. She'll help you out. And I'm thinking like, wow, how did they know? Like, because that's somebody that watches. They see what I do all the time, and they totally remembered, and they referred me. And now I have a girl that I'm going to be talking to tomorrow because they saw my consistency, that I'm always out there and I'm always out there to help somebody. And that that really meant a lot to me, that person realized that I do want to help people. Like that's my mission. Like I want to help this person. So remember, planting seeds all the time. You're a little farmer. You're a Beachbody farmer.
Karla, in the chat box, Jen had a good little topic.
Okay. Is it the monkey on my shoulder?
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Jack.
Okay, I don't see the chat box.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I've got the big chat box. She said, and this could be a separate call, but I think we can add this on to tonight. She said, focuses on when it's the right time to close and share price. And how do you do that? So can you walk us through, when someone says, okay, that sounds really cool, how much is it? Oh, did Karla go away?
Yeah, wait, I'm here. Okay, so wait, say that again. When somebody says.
So when someone, it's like, how do you close and talk about price? So when someone says that all sounds great. I love the accountability. I want to be a part of a group. Shakeology sounds great. How much is it?
Okay, so once again, I reiterate the value. I say, okay, so remember what you're going to get is a full workout program with multiple DVDs, a workout schedule. You're going to get 30 meals, and I put it in big caps, 30 meals of Shakeology, which is your probiotics, your vitamins. It replaces a full meal, high in protein and blah, blah, blah. I used to give my little blurb about Shakeology. Then I say you get to be a part of an amazing support group of men and women, mostly women, but men and women that are doing this right alongside you. And then I also tell them, now I add on the whole part about the on-demand. You get over almost 1,000.
or something. Some
A
amount.
1,000 workouts. I've been saying 400 because I think that's the number I heard, but we'll do a little count, Julia.
Yeah.
Over 400 workouts that you can stream on any device, and then you get me as your coach to help, be there for every step of the way. And then I say, and you get all of this for $140. And then if they come back and say, ouch, that's a lot of money, I also remember then I come back and I say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But what I found is since I've been replacing one of my meals with Shakeology, I've actually saved money off of my grocery bill because it's money that I'm not spending on another meal. Or if I go out to lunch, I'm spending less on my Shakeology than on my $8 salad. And I'm getting a whole lot more nutrients and vitamins and putting good stuff in my body.
And I was going to tack on one thing. This I got from Angelica, and it always works. So once they're like, cool, like that sounds really fun, tell them the price. It depends on the conversation, but she always did, in one of her messages, she said, great, I'm so excited that, that you're pumped to get started. I just need your email and whatever flavor of shakes you'd like, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, greenberry, vegan, or Neapolitan, and I'll shoot you an email with the enrollment. And it's kind of a tidy way to just say, cool, because then they're just like, oh, blah, 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 chocolate. Like, and it always kind of, that's like, without being like, are you ready to buy? I think that's kind of what Jen meant, like in terms of a close, is like, what's a good way to wrap up a conversation? So that's kind of the last step. It's like, I'm so pumped. And then here's the other thing, and I always do this, and I would recommend always doing this. Then when they say, ooh, here's my email, blah, 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 and I'll take vanilla packets. I'm like, okay, one last thing. I promise this is the last thing. And then I break down the discount buyer. So I say there's 2 ways to sign up. Both are the same price. And I'm happy to, I think this wording is somewhere in the Coach Connection page, but we can do it. This is the very last step. So you get to the place where they're excited. You say, give me your email and whatever flavor shakes. They reply and say, one last step. There are 2 ways to sign up. Both are the same price. Say number 1, and all I put is regular customer. That's it. Number 2, discount buyer. I say it's kind of like a Costco membership. Again, it's the same price, but when your Shakeology ships again, if you choose to keep it, you get a 25% discount. This is the way I sign up all my friends and family, but it's totally up to you. Which would you prefer? That's it. And
Discount.
And it's amazing, you guys, because you might put these, when people look at it like that, and then if they say, yes, I want the coach, then I break it down and make sure that I'm not just like tricking them. I'm like, okay, I say, you're still going to save this. You have a $15.95. You can cancel anytime, whatever. But you'd be surprised that people, every challenge pack, I hit Success Club 10 this month, and every challenge pack I sold was a coach. Not all those people want to do this as a business, but you'd be surprised. People are like, oh, well, number 2, it makes sense. So, and again, it's all about taking it back to the value for them. And if we can hook them at the beginning and make sure that they get the best value so that they understand this is a long-term commitment and we're in it for them. It's not about us getting the points. At that point you have the points already, but it's creating a better value for them. Just don't be afraid to ask that, because they can say, I just want to start as a customer. You can say, awesome, that's a great way. If you ever want to upgrade, it's free, so we'll figure that out later, but I want you to feel comfortable. But when you don't present it, I feel like it's a little bit of a disservice. Let them choose. Don't choose for them. You don't know what they're going to say. So I just wanted to highlight as the very last step, and 9 times out of 10, you guys, actually every time I've asked someone to do that, they say sure. So great way to start building your team too. So, any other questions?
Yeah, I think Crystal wanted to say something.
Yes, Crystal, get up in there.
I don't know. I don't know everybody anymore because our team has gotten so big. So I just wanted to touch back on one thing that Karla said, because maybe somebody doesn't know about this. So when you were talking about getting people's email and shake flavor at the end, I just want to make sure everybody knows about the coach enrollment app, because it's like a lifesaver. So if you're not using it, you should. And I, for some reason, was resistant to use it for a long time because I was kind of stuck in my groove. And it is so much easier to just ask people that. And then you just plug it into the coach enrollment app. It takes 3 seconds, and then they get everything they need and they just sign up. So I just wanted to, if you guys don't have it, you should download it on your phone, and it makes your life so much easier and saves you a ton of time, and it helps with the close. So that's it.
Yeah.
And if you want to know, I think it's coachmobile.teambeachbody.com. That's all you got to do. So if you're on your phone, go into your web browser and type in coachmobile.teambeachbody.com. And then you can choose to save it to your home screen. It's not an app, it's actually a website. You can actually access it on your computer as well. But if you save it to your home screen, it shows up like an app. And then you just log into it as you would with on your online office. Okay, Amanda, it's coachmobile.teambeachbody.com. Did you get it?
And Tracy, yes, I'll post that.
Okay, and then the other, let me just go on, piggyback off of that. What I have noticed is that once you enter somebody into that Coach Mobile, they are now your prospect. If so, another coach happens to come along and say, "Oh, hey, let me get enrollment," they cannot because they're already your prospect. So they're kind of already locked into you, whether or not they opened it and finished the enrollment or not. I actually had that happen. Somebody wanted me to be their coach, and I went in to put them in and it said, this person's already a prospect of another coach. And I asked her if she had a coach, and she said, no, somebody sent me something, but I felt like she was trying to sell me something. And she goes, and I like the fact that you didn't try to sell me something right away. So that's coming straight from a person. So, remember, you're not a salesperson. You are just somebody that got awesome results and you believe in products and you want to share that with everybody.
Amen. Yay,
Yeah.
Karla. Round of applause. That was a wonderful call.
And I'm sorry, did it get really long? I don't even know what time
No,
it is.
it's just 8:30 now, so it's perfect. I wanted to give just a couple calls to action. So make sure you're inviting to the size group and pick another one. We have some big ones that we run together, so you guys can do it. But if you feel like it's better if you do more of an intimate, with 5 people, do whatever you want. It's your business. Don't wait for permission. Set up your month. Set up your challenge groups. Get going on that. Amy Wilson's going to host a 10-day new coach boot camp starting August 3rd. So if you have any new coaches, there's a couple requirements before you do that because we've kind of condensed the boot camp. And we just want to make sure that if we're focusing time and energy on a Facebook group, that those people are coming in, having done just a little bit of work, just a little prerequisite. So they have to have done the Coach Online Office training, the Go, the Coach, and the Emerald. It's not a ton of training, maybe 3 hours tops. And then she also posted, there's a 1-hour new coach getting started right call from Brittany Leggett and Katie Hefner that is amazing. And it really outlines a ton of stuff. You guys, as you grow your teams, you're going to get the same questions over and over. And so what we're trying to do is set up a structure that's like, here's what you do. You sign up a new coach, you have them do this couple little training and make sure that they're committed, that they're actually going to do it, do the call, and then they start the boot camp. And the boot camp has been amazing. Amanda and Sarah just finished it. And we really took some time to get some really nice, thorough content. It's not easy. Like the 21 Day Fix group was a little easier because we kind of took you through it slowly. Like it's like, hey, here's how to invite. Here's a challenge group. Here's Success Club. It's kind of the basics, but we kind of put them to action. So that's happening. Make sure if you don't have a team cup, there's a couple threads in the group. If you don't know what a team cup is, still sign up. You can be brand new. It's basically just an accountability group for you to help you and your team hit Success Club for the month, and you guys can set group goals and single goals. But I have found the times I look back, they do Team Cup twice a year, every year, and there were times where I swear to goodness I doubled my business growth in 1 month because it's kind of this extra little focused energy and effort for 1 month, and it makes a huge difference. Like I normally hit Success Club 10, but in Team Cup I hit Success Club 20, and it was huge for me because I put boundaries on myself. So make sure you enroll in a Team Cup. And I think that's it. Any other housekeeping things, Karla?
Well, I just want to say, I know I keep talking. I'm a talker.
Tell us.
I always remember this. The grass will grow where you water it. So like Julia said, where you put your focus and your energy is where you're going to see growth. So if you put your focus and your energy on enrolling new coaches, that's where you're going to see growth. Use that business activity tracker of yours. It is like that's like I don't know. It's like a really good guideline to follow every single day. And even if you fill it in with zeros, it shows you where you're putting your focus and where you're not. And, you know, like where you need to work on. So it's a good thing to have. So I would print that out. And it actually, tomorrow starts our new week, Thursday. So tomorrow would be a brand new
Business, that's
sheet.
perfect. Oh, I know. I had one more just favor to ask you guys. So I think this will be kind of we have so much growth in our team. We have so much momentum. And one thing I wanted to ask you guys was when you see someone, like if we post a recognition post, like something like this coach signed up her first coach, or maybe we post a Success Club leaderboard, or we post a welcome to a new coach. As leaders, will you do me a favor and not only just like it, but take a second to welcome, especially a new coach, because that sets the culture for that new person, for them to come to our team. And if we're going to do that for each other, it builds everyone up. And so if we can add someone's face and their picture and say, hey, they just took this huge leap. They took a life-changing leap and signed up to be on our team. Like, I just got the chills thinking about it. Like, let's overwhelm them with love and support and say, welcome, you did the right thing. We love you. We're so glad you're here. And if we all do that for each other, and same with the idea of, you know, when Bobby said, let's post on each other's stuff, you know, there is enough to go around. The better we work together, the more growth we're going to see as a team. And that includes the coach connection page and making sure, you know, your comments are thoughtful and engaging, and don't just, you know, take just a second more and add a comment instead of a like, if you would do me that favor. Because when we do that, I think it makes them feel so good. So good.
It does. It makes people feel good, but it also shows people how much fun we really have. You guys, this is a fun, awesome, amazing business. Like, I've never had more fun doing a job in my entire life. And all of you and every single person that is a part of it is what makes it all worth it, right? And when we show people, like if people see, like today, you guys, Carrie Schmidt, I think she's on the call right now, just signed up. And I've posted her like welcome picture to my Facebook profile. If you could all just go on there and just give her a welcome on there, because that also shows her friends, because I tagged her, it shows all her friends what she's doing. And it shows that we're a good group of people and we like to have fun, and people say, hey, I want to be a part of that. And that will help carry out too. So, and all of you.
Mark.
So,
well, we love your beautiful faces. Thank you for taking the time out of your night. I hope you got some good tidbits, and thank you, Karla. I was writing furiously. I got some great takeaways. So
yeah, you know what? And I can, you know, if you guys want copies of the slides, maybe I'll figure out how to.
And I'll put this call up on my YouTube channel if you need to share it or watch it or whatever. So we really like to get a consistent team call going. You guys deserve that. You're showing up, and we also want to highlight you guys. So come to us with ideas, and like take a leap of faith. Like, let's have you guys teach a lesson. Like, I want to highlight all kinds of different. We have so many skills and talents and ways of inspiring each other. I want to use your gifts. So we don't want to just talk at you all the time. We want this to be interactive. So, yay. Love your faces. Love you guys. Have a wonderful night.